everybody, I'm Hannah Hager with IQPC, and today I'm joined by Bill Anderson of Motorola. Hi Bill, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm all right. So I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about your professional background before we get started with the questions.
Sure, I'm an attorney with Motorola Mobility. I support the marketing and advertising function, which includes brand protection. Frankly, anything that is consumer focused is something that I'm involved in.
Perfect. So at Motorola, you're a manufacturer with a strong brand. So you're also an easy target for counterfeit products. What's your strategy for tracking and prosecuting counterfeiters?
Well, we engage with a third party to keep track of auction sites, and we try to take down as many counterfeit auction sites worldwide as possible. And then we'll use that data to try to figure out who the top counterfeiters are throughout the world and then take legal action against those groups as necessary. We'll also engage with local customs groups, and to the extent we can, find out any information about the counterfeiters and then use that information again to help track third parties and take appropriate action against them.
Perfect. So how do you manage your new product introductions against counterfeiters?
Well, we are always chasing after all counterfeiters, a Motorola product. To the extent it's a newer product, we may, take more action, against newer products in the marketplace. But anything that has the Motorola brand on it, that's counterfeit, we feel that that's an impact on the Motorola brand and a consumer experience, and we want to make sure that consumers get the best experience possible with Motorola products.
Very true. So China is a big issue for a lot of big name brands and manufacturers. So what's your strategy for dealing with counterfeit products leaving China?
Well, we certainly have a legal organization, in China with some in-house support and external support, to help keep track and work with the local customs organizations, in China. And so our view is, to the extent we can stop something at the border, before it gets out, that's a win for us because it's one less problem we have to try to fix elsewhere, in the world.
Well, I really thank you for joining us today, but one last question before we wrap up. How do you explain the business impact of knockoffs or counterfeits to Motorola?
Well, that's a tough question, and one of the toughest ones that we have, which is what is the return on investment, for any money that you spend on any anti-counterfeit enforcement. So for example, the appropriate business question is, if you're to spend $100, on anti-counterfeit enforcement, how many dollars back am I going to get? Because to the extent that those $100 can be used elsewhere to make $150, if it's hiring an additional salesperson or if it's taking some additional action, buying some more marketing media, for example, which we know has a return, on investment, to the extent that we can prove that there's a larger benefit to the company on spending that money on anti-counterfeit, then we have a win. So the big question there is, what's the return on investment for money spent on brand protection activities?
Perfect. Thank you so much, Bill.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.